Classes we define in Java are not orphans. In this module, we will see who that parent is. The objective is to learn about object class, some important methods in the object class. Object class. Object is the superclass of all other classes. A reference variable of type object can refer to an object of any other type, including array, since arrays are implemented as classes. Object class defines the following methods. These methods are available in every object. Since any class that we define is a subclass of object class, all these methods can be accessible from that subclass. So the method clone creates a new object that is same as the object being cloned. Equals determines whether one object is equal to another. Finalize, which we have already seen, is called before an unused object is recycled or garbage collected. GetClass obtains the class of an object at runtime. Hashcode returns the hash code associated with the invoking object. Notify, notify all are used in multi-threaded programming. ToString returns a string that describes the object. The overloaded wait methods are used to wait on another thread of execution used in multi-threaded programming. We'll take a look at equals and toString method in detail because they are commonly used. The equals method compares the contents of two objects. It returns true if the objects are equivalent and false otherwise. In this program, we create an instance of rectangle by using the parameterized constructor and passing the length and breadth argument values and assign it to a reference variable R1. In the next line, we assign that reference variable R1 to R2, which is of type rectangle2. In this case, both R1 and R2 will refer to the same object. And when we invoke the equals method on R1 by passing in R2, it returns true because both R1 and R2 refer to the same object. Next, we create another instance of rectangle using the parameterized constructor and passing in the length and breadth argument values, which are same as the first one which we created. And that is assigned to a reference variable R3 of type rectangle. So when we call equals method on R1 and pass R3, in this case, R1 and R3 although have the same length and breadth values, but refer to two different objects. They have the memory addresses of two different objects. Hence, the equals method returns false. Let's look at the toString method. The toString method returns a string that contains a description of the object on which it is called. Also, this method is automatically called when an object is output using print or println methods. Many classes override this method. Doing so allows them to tailor a description specifically for the type of objects that they create. In this case, we create an instance of rectangle by calling the parameterized constructor and passing the length and breadth argument values and assign it to R1 of type rectangle. So when we print R1, the output is com.teachjava.module3.rectangle at the rate some numbers. So this is basically the memory location of the rectangle object. Print ln of R1 will invoke the toString method of object class, which prints this output. So if we override the toString method in the rectangle class as shown below, now if we override the toString method in the rectangle class as shown below and call the print ln by passing in R1, in this case the output will be rectangle height is equal to 10, width equal to 15, which is the output of the toString method. To summarize, we have learned that all classes defined in Java inherit from object class. It is the ultimate superclass. The object class provides some important methods which subclasses can use as is or override them. We have also looked at the uses of equals and toString methods provided by the object class.